legitimacy on top of present powers.
Okay.
Before the round, I'm sure Steve Mancuso told these fine young students that they had a sweet strategy with the debate. This is neither sweet nor strategic. Our argument is this is morally reflective. We'll win 2 arguments with the debate. First, that labeling is bad. Second, you cannot restrain stuff. We win these arguments, win the debate, the case debate. They concede that we politicize the law by calling out the sovereign also our culpable evidence creates terminal solvency because we eliminate distinction. Our direct evidence is you have to politicize the law by giving a black eye to the executive branch. There are reasons that they don't. These are justifications. They don't answer the reason the counterclaims is solved because it's like a king's part of the act of the executive eliminating the distinction justified the executive making those arguments in the first place. Our other evidence is that perpetuates unrestrained sovereignty. They do not answer or impact within the debate, which are Alden evidence. So straight up, we're winning terminal defense against their impacts on the press power flow. They have no defense against any of our case impacts. We win a 1% risk they don't solve the case. You will affirmative in the debate. Counterclaim. She says counterclaim solves. There's 2 reasons it doesn't. First, this is a self-restraint argument. You can't use the executive to restrain itself. It always has the opportunity. In fact, their argument is that it should have the opportunity to labor them in the future. The second argument is that perpetuates the security mindset argument. Their critique argument is that it should have the ability to do this to save the state that always allows the other to be ordered and held outside the state, outside the law. Thus, Kabyle evidence says that leads to perpetual annihilation, apocalypse, or evidence it leads to ordering of populations and ultimate extinction. She says 2 things. She says I'll answer this later on the flow because training is bad. The first argument is you don't answer it later on the flow, and your argument that constraining is bad is the reason why the counterclaim doesn't solve because you don't just constrain the executive. Then she said the extended then she says to our Butler evidence that nuclear war outweighs our argument is that's our security argument. In fact, that nuclear war outweighs any of our arguments on the case. The reason why you can't trust the executive to restrain its stuff because it always uses the right to lie to trump political rights within the debate. Extend across our non-evidence to rollback extend across our rollback argument. She says that links to the case because there's loopholes. You don't have any card for this. Also, they concede our Rahman evidence in the counterclaim. The debate, the 1A extent that the court, the judicial review is key to ending black sites. Only the courts can check the military. She said that it's enforced future, but it's not. The only thing that's enforced the ability for the executive to still decide on their own. That's our argument. That future executives can survive. She says there's no scenario. We don't need one. This argument is also new. Anyway, the fact that this is a 1% risk, the counterclaim doesn't solve straight up reason to vote affirmative today. They have no defense against the case across our SOP arguments group. Where she says there's no impact argument is that the fact that you let the executive decide creates too much authority. The impact is nuclear war because they have discretion to start nuclear wars. Zizek evidence is the ability for the always decide security threats and mandate not premature, but preemptive strikes because we can't let those threats discriminate. She says the courts can check in other places. All we have to do is win and rest some risk of offense. They also will win specific reasons. In this particular security threat is important. Even if they win arguments, the court checks things like greenhouse gas emissions or things that or just things in general don't apply. This is specific to security issues. She says presidential power outweighs in specific instances. There also are reasons why we can't trust the executive. Extend across our deference argument. She says this links back to the security. Our argument is that militarism is bad. This doesn't link back to security arguments. They also concede the impact of this evidence causes extinction with the debate. It's also they concede our link argument that too much court deference allows the executive act on the restraint. Critique argument. Arguments at the bottom that they concede is our Butler evidence that eliminating this distinction is key to creating the human arguments. The counterclaim can't solve any of these arguments. She doesn't even make those arguments. Also, straight up turns to criticism. You can't have any life itself without determining who is and is not a human argument. Is that the enemy combatant says if they wipes away the church from the sphere of humanity. A couple of white evidence that says that anyone can be named an unlawful combatant means that anyone is potentially at risk for extinction. Even you, Matt Moore, extend across our Zizek evidence to separation. This is going top up. The Zizek evidence from the northern bombs to separation makes distinction even to justification. They also consider Alden evidence that these are impact terms. The argument also they can see the argument about that. We win one whisk at the elimination is good. We win the debate. Now the line by line. She says we need these distinction argument is that these labels cause war. They have no offense against this argument. Extend across our. She says that Hitler was based on values. Our arguments to the Jews were threats security. Also, they don't answer other arguments like internment. Internment was an example during World War II. But these people weren't even a threat to our security, which now uniques the terminal thesis, their impact. Also, Greenpeace, all what evidence says anyone can be named. She said the impact is checking nuclear war. They don't have any offense, any defense against the case that these labels themselves perpetuate permanent annihilation of the dissents. Legitimacy extended across our dynamics. She says counterpoint generates uniqueness. Our argument is that it's empirically false founding should have decreased presidential powers because it limits the ability of the executive to build military commissions, press powers. At the top of the impact talk debate, per our evidence on the nuclear war debate, first we read evidence and extend the Martin Carter wars are produced by the anti-war movement. It has an normative agenda, forces zealous attacks on limited nuclear war theory in hopes of influencing strategies, calls them to question warrants of their evidence, truth is political science like Mandelbaum, the consensus of international experts like Wirth and Gray conclude there's no scenario for an escalation. No country wants to get entangled in the nuclear war, industrial democracy that the U.S. has zero reason to go to war with other powers like Russia and China. They're concerned with internal affairs, and this is simple offense defense. We have defense against their arguments. They say that it solves AIDS, but they don't answer. They don't answer any of our risk evidence that AIDS will be solved now. There's also no internal links to the current evidence. There's no specific reason why President Powell shall warrant her, and they also don't answer our record evidence. She says that current is an explicit power. Our evidence says that this is more the fighting the war on terrorism was more like a criminal activity than war activity. He still has ability to interrogate, which is sufficient to solve the war on terror. Power. This next.